What's up, everybody? Revival House. Not that. Network presents another commentary. We're going to do the Twilight Zone again. Per a request, Zach and I are going to be doing Season 3, Episode 10, The Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun, won't you come in my verse?
I can't wake up, man. So, fuck, man. So we're on Netflix, dog.
We on Netflix, dogs.
Yeah, man. I'm just going to yawn throughout this podcast. Hope you guys don't mind. But we're on Netflix. There's no excuse for you guys not to follow along. We're going to get rolling on it because Zach has a time crunch. Actually, so do I. So we're kind of trying to bust it out here. I got to go out of town. Zach's got work to do. He's got bodies to hide.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh hell yeah! This is requested by our boy Adrian Mendoza.
And I actually questioned that. Are you sure about that?
I'm sure, baby. I'm sure.
I'm gonna look, man. Not that I doubt you, but I kind of doubt you.
Don't lie, you doubt the fuck out of me.
Let me see, man. Oh gosh, man, I'm Sleepy McGee. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. Zach's Rip Van Winkle over here. He kept me waiting. The truth is, we could have had a movie done for you guys. This could have been a full-length feature film. But no, we're limited on time.
But now you're getting 2 episodes of the Twilight Zone.
I guess so. Is the other one we did a Twilight Zone? No, that was already for the Dark, I thought. No.
Nope, it was Twilight Zone.
Dude, it was the courtroom one. Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't even keep this shit straight. You guys have to understand, man. We record so many of these. And I don't know how Zach does it. Because Zach, you keep all this shit juggled in the editing process.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, maybe that makes you remember it more. Probably. Like, I just kind of one and done it. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm. So in this episode, the sun hasn't fucking went down in months. And it's getting really fucking hot. Basically the plot.
It's getting hot in here. Sorry, guys. Jeez Louise. I'm looking for the comment. I want to know who actually requested this. So the sun hasn't gone down. Why? Ooh, she's licking her lips, man. That's kind of hot.
They don't know why.
That is a pretty cool premise. That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would happen if the sun didn't go? How long do you think it would take to see like serious effects if the sun never going down?
The other side of the earth that's not on the side of it being up will be seeing them right away.
Yeah, their crops and whatnot.
Yeah.
What isn't there? Isn't it like Alaska or something that has a big period of darkness?
Mm-hmm.
How long do they go?
It's 30 days a night, right? Like the movie?
Oh, okay. Oh man, she's creepy. It's like Village of the Damned.
I think it'd be cool to have 30 days of night.
It would be. I think 30 days is too much. It's kind of like here in Arizona. We love rainy days because we never get them. But, back home in the Midwest, dude, you go on 3 days straight of rainy, like overcast weather, and you want to eat a bullet. Like, it just starts doing something to your psyche. I think the nighttime would do that too.
Maybe.
I love the night, but yeah, it would fuck with your, I don't know, your equilibrium or whatever.
Equilibrium.
That's a shitty movie, by the way. No relation.
I thought of that when you said it.
Dude, I can't find the, I'm really looking for the request.
It was on, I think, the last episode we did.
The last episode or
of Twilight Zone.
Okay, let me double check.
To create the melting painting effect, the painting was reproduced in wax and mounted to a hot plate. They were the last? Trivia.
I stand corrected. Adrian, you did request this. Forgive me.
Adrian!
All right, so
Adrian, we did it!
Ask and you shall receive. So What was different? Was there anything different about season 3 from 2? I noticed the intro was different. Is that right or no?
I think the intros changed every season.
Okay. And you like the outer space one the best?
Yeah, I think so. I also like the one. I think it was the season 1 one. It had like a weird cave or something. Like looked cool. I like them all though.
You know that little swirly effect at the beginning of this one?
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny how, like, you know, the YouTuber Boogie2988?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the big guy. That's actually how he got started on YouTube. It was back, his first video was just a loop of like that same exact damn thing for like, 3 hours or whatever.
The Twilight Zone.
It wasn't the music, it was just the little swirly thing. Right?
Was it like, oh, look at this for 3 hours, you'll be hypnotized?
It was just that, but that was back in the early primitive days of YouTube where a video like that would go viral and do like 20 million hits.
Yeah.
And he used that as a jump start for his platform. That's funny. Like, people were not difficult to entertain at the start of YouTube.
They're still just as not difficult, it's just hard to get noticed. There's so much shit on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
Rod Serling, did you see that Roseanne brought him up in a recent tweet?
Really? No, what'd she say?
You didn't see the Planet of the Apes thing?
Well, yeah, I know that tweet. We did a whole fucking Deep End podcast on it, homie. But what are you talking about?
No. She brought up, Rod Serling, you wrote Planet of the Apes. It was actually a tweet about anti-Semitism. It's about how anti-Semitic the Iran nuclear deal was, or something.
Wait, Rod Serling wrote the Planet of the Apes?
I guess so. I never knew that, but
well, we don't necessarily want to trust her. I mean, let me fact check. Planet of the Apes.
Is that you, honey? Yes, Mrs. Bronson.
I guess out of curiosity, man, I'm going home for a week to Missouri, and I guess I'll try and go see the movies with some of my family. It'll be something to do, and I guess the only thing to see is that Hereditary movie everybody won't shut up about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll leave my expectations at the door because, it's one of those movies that has like a damn near perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. But
I heard it's a real slow burn.
Yeah, well, is it by the same people who did The Witch?
Is it?
I think so. I mean, I'm not too sure, but I think so. But it's one of those movies that has an incredibly high score critically on Rotten Tomatoes. But
you know what, though? Rotten Tomatoes, it's not a good way to go by the score.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it scares me. Because
like, if 9 people out of 10 give it a 5 out of 5, it'll have a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Correct. So it could be a really, really unknown movie with a couple of hardcores.
Yeah, which is funny because I've heard that's like how Hollywood is like adapted to it. They're like, oh, all we gotta do is make an okay movie and we'll get a 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Just a 5 out of 5.
But
or 5 out of 10.
But anyway, it's one of those movies where it's got a really, really freakishly high score on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is very divided. A lot like The Witch, where some people just think it's garbage and some people love it. And if it's anything like The Witch, I guess it won't be like a waste of time, but I don't know. The Witch was
I still don't know what I think about The Witch.
Yeah, it's weird. I watched The Witch twice, though.
I did too.
Like, I wanted to watch it a second time.
I don't hate it, but I don't know if I like it or per se.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting. I think, but the biggest problem about if this is done by the same people that did The Witch, I hope they learn their lesson from that movie and make the actual talking audible, because all they did was mumble in The Witch, and you can't follow along because it's like, and they speak in that real thick Puritan, like British accent or whatever it is, and you can't fucking hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And it drove me crazy.
The temperature stood at 110 degrees at 11 o'clock this morning.
Damn.
Dude, he wrote it.
Okay.
Rod Serling, he did. Wow.
Did he write the third movie?
He wrote it with Michael Wilson. Let me see let me look at his filmography.
I think the original and the third movie in the series is my favorites.
Fry eggs on sidewalks. Heat up soup in the ocean and get help from
He's got a lot of writing credits. Probably all Twilight Zone though. Let me see.
He did a bunch of TV.
Yeah, a lot of TV movies. It looks like there's a yeah.
And then Night Gallery, which was like the follow-up to the Twilight Zone.
Let me alone. Let go of me.
You see, Mrs. Bronson?
Yeah, nothing super notable besides Twilight Zone, but maybe I'll go back earlier. Yeah, I mean, he kind of got lucky with Planet of the Apes, I guess, as far as his big screen outing. Interesting.
Drink it. Scrape
Did he do the third movie?
I don't see the third movie on here, man.
Oh.
Mrs. Bronson, we're going to have to start
I used to be deathly scared of the Planet of the Apes, though. True story. Like, I was deathly scared. I was really freaked out of the Planet of the Apes, and I was really scared of the blue monkeys in Wizard of Oz.
Congo?
No, the flying monkeys. No, Congo, dude. I was like fucking too old, right?
I was afraid of the fucking...
You were scared. I was scared.
The white gorilla or whatever the fuck it was in Congo. The albino gorillas. I don't remember what they
We
were.
rented Congo. It's funny, man. We rented so many movies in that Kentucky house I always bring up, but it came out in like 95, 96, right? Congo?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was like 95. And we rented it, and I watched it once, and it's just, I don't remember anything about it because we were so bored by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like we never watched it again, and none of it really soaked in.
I was at a friend's house, or like at my aunt's house, and they were watching it, and that scene came on with like white, fucking big, scary looking gorillas, and I just remember getting scared of it.
Well, you're a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy as that. But who am I to talk, man? I was scared of all the buckwheat pictures and Elvis Presley photos in that basement.
There's the melting painting effect that I just read about. Probably, actually, I think it happens towards the end of the show.
So were they starting to go crazy?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so this wouldn't be quite as effective these days because now we have central air.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm guessing this is old and they didn't have air conditioning.
Okay, I'm looking at the trivia and it says warning spoilers. So this might have something to do with the ending, but I'm going to read it because it's about air conditioner.
You motherfucker.
If one had an air conditioner, especially in that era, it was practically a religious belief to plug every opening, door, window, and any other potential place where the cold air might escape. A common phrase in the 50s and 60s was, "Shut that door. Do you have enough money to air condition the rest of the neighborhood?" So there is an air conditioner there. It just must be out.
Oh yeah, I see it right there. Is that a furnace?
Looks like
No, the AC's in the window.
Yeah.
The furnace is down there and the AC's in the window. Okay. I don't know why, I didn't think window AC units were super common until like the 70s and shit. But I guess not.
They were probably really expensive back then here.
Probably just for rich folk.
Yeah.
Because when you watch Forrest Gump and he reunites with Jenny and meets Little Forrest, she kind of like makes a point to talk about air conditioning. She's got the air conditioning in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
3 o'clock.
Rod Serling's original script featured two characters who did not appear in the finished episode, a police officer and a refrigerator repairman. These roles are significant because...
No,
Holy shit.
it was someone.
Spoiler?
My phone just died.
Oh, okay.
Fuck me.
Dun dun dun. Well, you have to watch the episode, man.
I thought I did.
I'll open... Well, they were written out of the show. Or cut out.
Oh, okay. Were those the characters that came in before like a porno scene started?
Hopefully.
The TV repairman was cut out because the sex scene was seen as a bit much.
But there's that classic Twilight Zone irony. One of them was a refrigerator repairman.
I could see the beads of sweat on their face, man.
Yeah, they just sprayed some bottled water on them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, otherwise that's really method, man. They put him in a fucking sauna.
They're like Kubrick. They fucking did it all. Like, they put him really in a hot room to get him in that right state of mind.
Leave us alone.
You know who else had a window AC unit, right?
Who?
Happy Gilmore's grandmother. Let the kid fix it for you. He just fucking hits the side of it and it falls out.
What made you think that?
Because that's what I always think when I think of those fucking window AC units. Let the kid fix it for you. And he just goes up to it and he like pops it with both of his palms on each side and it falls out, lands on that fat lady. Mister!
Okay, I'm on IMDb on the browser. These roles are significant not only because Serling wrote them, but because he went so far as to cast them before he cut them from the script. Ned Glass was slated to be the repairman and John McLeam, the police officer. Why they were cut probably traces back to Twilight Zone budget problems, which had been growing significantly since James T. Aubrey Jr. became chief executive of CBS in the show's second season. Similar problems occurred during the shooting of The Twilight Zone, the self-improvement of Salvador Ross.
Hey, I'm asleep now. Are you done? Jeez. It's a lot of talking.
I thought that was going to be more interesting than it was.
So, this is like a... almost like a post-apocalyptic world, kind of like The Walking Dead, but people are robbing people for water and anything that's going to cool them down.
Mm-hmm.
So why would anybody have anything cold if all the, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like, he opened that fridge and had the water or whatever and it wasn't cold. I'm like, why would he think it would be?
Because he's stupid.
You're good. You paint real good.
Okay, he's gonna break it. That guy looks like he's got a clown nose. Like, it's not real. Like, it's a prosthetic.
Oh, I think that's the twist. I think she keeps painting the sun, and that's the reason it won't go down, is because she's wielding it to happen.
That guy looks like he's wearing a prosthetic face like Dan Aykroyd in Nothing But Trouble. Doesn't it? It looks like a fake face. It doesn't look real. He's ugly, that's for sure.
I think he's a very handsome man.
Well, blow him already.
Look at his chest. I just want to lick the sweat up.
If you're super hot, why would you even wear a handkerchief? Why would you wear a jacket? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he wearing this, like...
TV regulations, probably.
Yeah, like, even if you take the bandana away, it's like, well, now you're seeing too much collarbone.
Maybe if they just took their shirt off, they'd be like, why you do that? I don't know, yeah.
By the way, speaking of why you do that, I was working on my my newest Zach impression. You ready?
Go for it.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie. Movie.
That's a good movie. We need to like crowdfund a Zach plushie doll though, the pull string. Like a Pee Wee Herman doll or an Urkel doll, and it has to have I would eat her ass. That's a good movie. Why he do that?
I'm liking this idea now.
I'd suck his dick. Can you imagine? Like, those were so unpredictable when you pulled the string. Like, it would say I'd suck your dick like 5 times in a row. Fuck, before you got another one. And then eventually it would warp, which would be funny. Like, but some fat ass nut. You know when they warp over time or they get real high?
You could like pull it slowly to make it go slower.
Nut. Would you fuck that kid?
This has to happen, man. Kickstarter.
All right, so we've planted the seed. If anybody wants, I'm sure you probably could commission some like doll maker to make one. It wouldn't be a big. I think you could totally do it.
And then whenever they hear that we want, would you fuck that kid on there? They'd probably report me.
Makes me want to hunt down my Ernest doll that Josh James gave me.
Hell yeah.
I think it's in my closet. Anyway, I see a dick in that picture. What does that say about me?
It's one of those
Freudian things, like ink blot.
What do they call Warshire tests? Something like that?
Worcestershire test. I don't know.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. I don't know. I think some people literally call it Worcestershire, and then some people call it Worcestershire.
I've never had it. It sounds gross.
Why don't you hit that old lady and knock her fucking eyes straight for me, Zach? Fuck this Devo. I'm going to mom's house. Get some pussy. Is that what he says? I don't know. Knock your fucking eyes straight.
Yeah. I want to get some pussy, man. Fuck.
I go to mama's house.
You know, we could swim in that waterfall.
So she's going crazy. Like, I want to get in this picture. That waterfall on your painting looks really alluring.
I used to do that when I was a little girl.
What the fuck is she doing, Zach? Tell me.
Yeah, they're losing their minds, baby.
Why don't she just kill herself? The window's right there.
Would you do that if this was the world you lived in?
That would be crazy. Eventually, it would get to. Well, obviously, heat exhaustion would set in. I think before you went mad, right? I really think. I think before you literally lost your marbles, you would have a heat stroke.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, think about it.
I think that's what she just did.
Yeah, I think that's what she just did. And maybe before people have heat stroke, they do act weird like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been locked in a room with someone with heat stroke.
Maybe she's on what is it that maybe she's just on Adderall. What does all the kids take? What do they give kids like crazy?
Yeah.
Calm down. What do they give them?
If you're a normal person that takes it, you mean Ritalin?
Ritalin. Yeah.
People take Adderall to like stay focused and shit.
Yeah, that hops them up. Yeah, no, I said the wrong one. Ritalin. Riverman, I don't know if I've told you this. He used to be on like heavy Adderall all through school and high school and everything. And he would like, I think when he would miss his dosage or run out, he would act really fucked up. And I remember we were in music class. And maybe I've told this somewhere in the last 7 years or something like that, or 8 years. But I remember one day he'd forgotten to take his meds. And we were in like a theory class. And he just like starts poking the kid's back in front of us. Like we didn't know, right? And he just starts poking it really, really violently. And this guy turns around like, what the fuck are you doing? And the kid in front of us, he was wearing a Godsmack shirt, you know.
Stay away from me! What was that song?
Do like I told you, stay away from me. Yeah, that fucking guy.
I'm not the one who's so far away.
When I feel the dick crawl up my, I don't know. But anyway, this kid was wearing a Godsmack shirt, and that was also they stole their name from the band Alice in Chains because they had a song called Godsmack back in the day. Anyway, he just like was out of his mind. He started poking this kid like in his back, really annoyingly. Like I would have been all over Todd if I didn't know him. And he turns around like he's in disgust, and Todd just looks at him like a fucking total druggie, and he's like, "They stole that name, you know." And he's like. And literally this guy's just like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like, you're a fucking loser. Literally. And I felt like a loser by association. Like, I don't know this fucking guy, even though I talk to him every day and we sit next to each other.
Did you realize that's what was wrong with him? He hadn't taken his...
No, he didn't tell me till after sometime. He's like, yeah, I was fucking off my meds. And he was going he'd go batshit, and he'd just be really weird. He'd do things that he wouldn't normally do.
I get really depressed if I don't take my social anxiety every day.
Hey, what's going on here, man? Now it's snowing. Did I miss a crucial plot point? Was it all a dream? Was it all a dream?
Oh yeah, it was a dream because they actually live in a world where it's always snowing, and she was wishing it was the opposite.
Be hot.
So it's two extremes of the same. Yeah.
No, dude, you would totally want it to be cold over hot.
Yeah, at least in the cold, you
can bundle up. In the heat, you can only get so naked, right? You can't just start peeling off your fucking skin. But they don't look too fucking cold to me in there. They look fine.
Yeah.
They ain't shivering. I don't see their frost breath. All they gotta do is stay inside. In the heat, in the hot world, they were fucked no matter where they are.
It's like how people are though when it's snowing out, they're like, I can't wait for the sun to come out. Can't wait for summer. And then when it's summer, they're like, this sucks. Fuck the sun.
Yeah, it's the extremes, man. Here in Arizona, it's nuts for like half the year, but the other half of the year, it's pretty worth it. Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting episode. Do you think it's as good as the one we did last time, the courtroom episode? That's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I think Adrian Mendoza. Adrian Mendoza. He said this was one of his favorites. So yeah, everybody's got their own favorites, baby.
Let me see. I can go ahead and go over some comments. I think we got a few minutes here.
Go for it, baby.
I can never fucking remember where we left off, but I think I remember. Hold up, because the thing is like I don't want to like repeat questions that we've answered on episodes that aren't out yet because we're always like stacked, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what bugs me, but yeah, I think I'd be at risk of rereading shit, so I'll hold off till we actually do another film. But we didn't read Children of the Corn shit, right? Because that's the last one we did.
Yeah.
I'll read that. I'll do that. I'll just read a couple here. I'll read on our Children of the Corn commentary from Gamer Guy Reviews. Thank you again. He's been doing a lot of commenting lately. We appreciate that. He goes, if knowledge serves me right, there is a Children of the Corn remake that came out in either 2009 or 2010. Not sure. Sometimes when scrolling through the guide, I'll notice Sci-Fi showing a Children of the Corn movie.
That was a Sci-Fi Channel original movie. Yeah, it was a remake.
That was released around that time, so I think it has been remade. Wow, it wasn't good enough for a Hollywood remake? I think eventually Hollywood will get their hands on it too. He says, P.S. Looks like Gamer Guy Reviews is coming to our defense. Remember we had those comments where there was the guys complaining about not staying on topic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We had some people that are like, man, you guys picked the best movies and shows, but you don't fucking talk about the fucking shit. And they go nuts. And it's like, man, this is what we do. And anyway, so Gamer Guy Reviews comes to our defense, and he says, P.S. I dig the free-form podcast style of the commentaries since it keeps things unpredictable. Plus, for recent subscribers like myself, it helps me find out a little bit more about what Revival House does. Not to mention how crazy Zach's sex talk gets. Sex talk gets. So that's really cool. And he said he discovered us on our Return of the Living Dead 2 commentary. So I appreciate that. Let's see what else we can knock out here. Whew, did you see that really big comment that I was kind of showcasing on the deep end we did?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I should read this on the deep end only or if I should read it on here too.
He said he likes the commentaries the best.
Yeah. So maybe I should read it on here too, and I'll probably go over it on deep end too. Let me go ahead and let me read this request. We have a request real quick before I get into that to close it off. Looks like we had a listener by the name of Hybara Horse, and they ask on the Pet Cemetery commentary, would you all do a commentary on the Pet Cemetery documentary sometime? I'm dying to hear it, LOL.
Yeah, we could.
Were we talking about that during the commentary? Because it sounds familiar.
We mentioned that it exists on a commentary. I don't know, though.
Somebody was saying it was good. Was it Todd Riverman, or was it you?
I saw it first, yeah. I told you guys it was on Amazon Prime.
Well,
I don't know about like doing a documentary because it's so full of information already. What are we going to talk about,
Unless it's like a Beavis and Butthead thing, or we're just making fun of the people we're looking at. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch it myself first to kind of get a feel of how it is. But I'll definitely consider it. I forgot it was on Amazon Prime. I'm going to try and check it out myself just out of pure enjoyment. But yeah, so I will go ahead and read this comment. Typically, I would read this on the deep end, but since he mentions the commentaries as well, I'll read it on here. Because obviously this will be out before another deep end is. Anyway, he commented on the deep end episode, Growing Up Haunted, where we talk about the ghosties and the ghoulies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listener by the name of Billy the Kid Lawrence, he goes, hey man, just wanted to say I absolutely love your content. The commentaries are my favorite. Don't ever stop those, but don't ever stop these either. You both have got great voices for this, but man, you really put shit into perspective, and I can honestly relate in a lot of ways. You make me want to be as fearless as you. One day, man, one day. The shit you talk about, whatever it is so compelling. I about shit my pants listening to the Ghost Girl in the Kentucky House, but your soothing ass voice helped calm me down through it. I remember a friend of mine and I just stayed up for 3 hours one night in the pitch black because we couldn't sleep, and all we did was talk about paranormal shit. Crazy stuff, but so interesting. My best friend who committed suicide 4 years ago also had a huge ghost talk with me for hours, just sitting in a car one night. I almost want to say I had a paranormal dream with him in it, but I'm not sure. I'm thankful to have never had a true in-person account like that, but you bet your ass I've had some night terrors / sleep paralysis multiple times. It sucks. I never want to have it again, but it seems like I get them every 6 months or so. It's crazy, and it's usually only when I lay on my back. If I lay on my side, it's fine. Odd, I don't know. Anyways, man, you are so inspiring to a lot of people. Again, don't ever stop. Much love, man. Keep it up. That's a good compliment. That's a good comment, too.
That's awesome, baby.
And apparently we got good voices for this, so thank you. So you had a compliment in there, too. And he likes the commentaries the best, so, I mean, you fucking steal my thunder on these all the time, so that's definitely for you. But, no, anyway, want to thank you guys for commenting, and anybody that's a new listener out there, we're always going to remind you that we do have other shows. I just commented on a podcast episode of The Deep End with Aaron Lipscomb. It's a little bit more story.
You know what, though? Sometime I want to release the first time we did the ghost episode. Because that was the first time I heard a bunch of those stories. Because on that episode that he listened to, I'd already heard those ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, if we put that out at some point, maybe just as a vault episode.
Maybe. And Mac was on that one from Mac and Zach.
He could hear, like, my reaction to it. Because I was freaked out by those stories, too.
I'd like to hear it, too. Were you really freaked out? I can't remember.
I was.
But yeah, so we'll definitely consider that. But anyway, everybody that's a new listener, we appreciate everybody that's been jumping on board lately. And feel free, like I said, know that if you're listening to this, we also have The Deep End with Aaron Lipscomb, what we just referred to, or referenced rather. And it's more topical, more story-driven, not afraid to get, real on certain things, sort of take the kid gloves off. Whereas, the commentaries were a little bit more whimsical and we don't really take it too seriously. Thus, we don't give a fuck if we go off topic of the movie to tell a weird, embarrassing story about Zach coming on his own chin. That's on the last podcast, by the way.
You know what? I think I was misremembering it, and I think it just hit my arm or something.
No, you can't do that because when you said that...
Okay, I'll just keep it. I'll keep that out. But I think that's really what happened.
When you said that, it made me feel so much better about myself. Like I wasn't alone. And you can't leave me in the cold anymore.
You didn't tell yours, though.
You know what? It hit my arm, actually. Hit your arm? Who gives a fuck? How's that any different than it hitting your belly button? Yeah. That happens all the time. Hit your arm. Hit your chin, Zach. Did it get caught in your beard? Did it get all hard and crusty?
It's well, I think it really did hit my arm, but I'll take that out so that you don't feel bad.
I don't give a shit, man. We're just playing, but I hope you weren't kidding. I hope you weren't kidding, man, because that story fucking cracked me up. Anyway, if you guys were listening to that, erase what you just heard, because go on the last podcast on the Children of the Corn commentary where Zach talks about busting a big fat nut in his face. It's pretty great. But anyway, so that's we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants on these podcasts. Like I said, we don't take them too seriously. Mac and Zach Save the World. That's Zach's other podcast. They have a YouTube channel and an iTunes and the whole deal. And you can find them on the Revival House feed. They're totally left to center. They tend to do really fucking dumb movies, to be frank. But they've gotten me. They've wrote me in on a few of them. Like, that's where no, wait. You've made me do fucking Freddy Got Fingered on this channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, they're just super slapstick and they tend to do drunken commentaries, which get absolutely crazy. They're so hilarious.
There's another Friday the 13th coming up. We should do a Mac and Zach one with you.
Yeah, I'd be down. Why not? It's been a while since I've been on. We also got the Retro Rampage, which we try and do weekly. We're not always as consistent with that. I got to go out of town, so there's not going to be one this week. We wanted to do Bloodstained for the Retro Rampage.
Should we go ahead and explain the situation with it being weekly before and not now?
Sure.
Go for it.
No, you do it.
Well, you're the one that knows your brother, so why would I do it?
No, it's just down to manpower. We had somebody else that was a part of it. My brother was doing them with me. Zach was doing them too on occasion, and we were doing them every week. And he was doing all the editing and stuff. And I just kind of hit a wall, got busy with some stuff. And we have one. We have a great fucking episode, Zach. A great episode that's just sitting there. And it's like, why won't he finish it? I'm actually going to see him tonight, and it's really good. And so hopefully we'll get that out soon. But when it's just me and Zach, I mean, we're going to try and do them like what? Bi-weekly? Or no, every other week or whatever?
Maybe, yeah.
We'll just try and do them as we can, but we wanted to do Bloodstain this weekend, that new 8-bit Bloodstain game, and we'll definitely get that done next week. I think we'll probably do it. But regardless, we have those two, and there's a backlog of all this shit if you guys want to go and just peruse different videos while you're waiting for the new one. We got plenty of content, plenty of interviews, plenty of old podcasts. It's great. Also, last thing I'll say, for you newbies, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends, share with your grandparents. I endorse that. But also click the links that we're going to put in the descriptions. That'll take you right to our iTunes channels. That is the superior way to listen, if that's your poison. Basically, we're not crippled by limitations that Google puts on us as far as copyright stuff. You know, we can actually play the show or the movie behind us a bit, and we can actually take liberties and have fun with the intros and outros and stuff. And they're just a better audible experience, and they typically go up a bit earlier too. So if you guys appreciate what we're doing, especially some of you new listeners out here that have been commenting, click that link, go over there, please leave a 5-star rating and even a little nice review for us, because that really goes a long way. And we want to sort of rise amongst the ranks on iTunes, because that's how it's done. It's all about reviews and ratings and all that stuff. So if you guys could do that, let us know if you came from YouTube to do that, and comment on YouTube, and we'll give you some cred for that. But regardless, we appreciate it. Oh, and also, if you guys aren't Apple elitists, we also are on the Google Play and the Stitcher app, you know, if that's your poison. So, and last but not least, I mean, of course, we're on social media and all that shit. You can find us. I mean, type Revival House, you'll find us. We're everywhere. But lately, we're trying to push the Instagram we just started. It's a good place where Zach can put all his fucking dank memes that he makes for all these fucking thumbnails. And they're pretty funny, and they're pretty not PC. So feel free to go over there and just have a few laughs, comment on a few things. But that's all I got. We will see you guys shortly for the next one. Zach, you got anything you want to say? Leave them with something good.
Now I got pressure on me, man.
Sure, the fat ass ropes.
That's good. That's good. That's what I'll leave them with.
We got to get that fucking Zach pool doll made. That's a great idea, man. I think we should start a campaign for it. But let us know what you guys think. We've done crazier things. But anyway, that's it. Adios. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye, puppets. Get off my lawn.